downstairs. I got to get some cardio done here. Alright, I'm down here in my basement. I'm getting ready to do some cardio. My elliptical is tucked away nice here in my basement so I can watch TV and it's kind of out of the way. It's a godsend when it comes time to get ready for a show or lean down because we live so far from the gym. I'm 20-30 minutes up the canyon from Denver and probably 35-40 minutes to get to Armbrust. To what is essentially almost the closest gym to where I live. So to go down the hill every day just to do cardio really wouldn't be terribly practical. I also have a tanner here at the house, which I've had for quite some time, which does the same thing. It just saves me a lot of time. It's far more practical with having 4 kids, running my business during the day, football practice, after school, extracurricular activities, things I got to run the kids around for, that sort of thing. It saves me a lot of time. There's also the aspect that I don't believe in doing post-workout cardio unless it's absolutely necessary. I don't think that it's terribly efficient. So what I try to do is get my cardio done early in the day and then train later in the day so that I essentially have 2 jolts, if you will, to my metabolism instead of just one long drawn out one. I used to be a firm believer in post-workout cardio because of the argument that once you get done weight training, your glycogen stores are depleted, so it's easier to tap into body fat. I've changed that perspective. I've changed my opinion on that because I have seen the difference between doing the two. When I was younger and I had a better metabolism, doing cardio post-workout really wasn't that big of a deal. Sure, you're going to get leaner. Is it the most efficient? Is it the most optimal way to do it? I don't believe that it is. Excuse me. So I try to get that done earlier in the day with my cardio sessions and then weight train at night. If you weight train in the morning, you could certainly do your cardio sessions at night. On the rare occasion that I have to turn my schedule around and weight train in the morning, I do my cardio at night. I just rarely do post-workout cardio. In fact, I will only do post-workout cardio if I get to the point where I need so much cardio, I am somehow behind or I have a lot of time to make up, my deadline is coming faster than my progress is, then I will add post-workout cardio. Honestly, it's more of a desperation move than anything, and I can't remember the last time I've had to add post-workout cardio. So right now I'm only doing 30-minute sessions once a day, 5 days a week. It will increase as I drop my body fat level lower, but for the most part I subscribe to the theory that you need to do as little cardio as possible to get the benefit of burning body fat. I rely more on my diet. I encourage my clients and everybody else to do the same thing. Relying on your diet, do as little work as possible, and that means not only cardio but in the gym as well. You start doing too much work and it's hard for you to recover, even if it's cardio. Beat up your legs with cardio and watch your legs get smaller. So right now at 5 days a week, 30 minutes a session. If I have to increase from there, I obviously would jump to 6 days. If I have to increase from there, I would do 2 30-minute sessions on my non-training days, trying to avoid doing double sessions on training days as much as possible. Again, it's just an energy output versus energy input, basically. The calories that I'm taking in versus the energy that I would be expending in a day, doing a regular workout plus 2 cardio sessions is rough. I'm sure that most of you out there watching the DVD have done that at some point, and even though it can work, sometimes it's a necessity. I still subscribe to doing as little as possible to get the benefit, and I think that going over 30 minutes for a cardio session isn't terribly efficient either. I think that most of the benefit, a large majority of the benefit of a cardio session is going to happen in the first 30 minutes. If your intensity is where it's supposed to be, and I always strive for a 120, 130 heart rate in there, in that neighborhood. I push my clients to 130, sometimes even a little bit over, just to make sure that their intensity level is up. For myself, I can run it a little bit lower than that, and that keeps my legs from getting too beat up, and it keeps my metabolism nice and fresh. Another important point I'd like to add about my cardio before I get started here is when I say I do 30 minutes of cardio, that's 30 minutes of cardio at the target heart rate. So if it takes me 5 minutes, 7 minutes, sometimes it takes people 10 minutes to get to the point where they start their cardio, but their heart rate isn't where it's supposed to be, it's not in that target range, don't count that time. I don't want to say that it's worthless or useless time. You're certainly burning calories, but let's just make it black and white. Let's keep it so that it's measurable, so that it's accurate. And you know what? Until you get your heart rate up to that point anyway, it's not going to be as effective. It's not going to be as efficient. So let's just count the minutes that you're doing your cardio when you're at that target heart rate. So if I say 30 minutes, that's also not counting or taking into consideration my cool down either. Now I'm only going to cool down for a couple minutes. If I were at the gym and I was going to get into my truck and make a 30-minute, 35, 40-minute drive back home, I might do more of a cool down than I do here at home, because usually when I'm done with my cardio, I'm headed to the kitchen, I'm going to be on my feet, I'm not going to be sitting down where circulation is much of an issue. So I do my 30 minutes, let's say it takes me 5 minutes to get up to my heart rate, I count my 30 minutes, then I have 2 or 3 minutes of a cool down, and then I'm done. So kind of a tip there, or something that not most people do. I don't talk about a whole lot. Not that it's a deal maker or a deal breaker. It's just another way to look at your cardio so that it is as efficient as it possibly can be. Now I need to get my fat ass up here on the elliptical and get to work.